This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven Sun. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Good evening. Welcome to Phatts TV, Friday night, May the 8th, day 54.
Oh, we're still almost at your age. We're getting a little closer.
Day 54 of this crap.
That's all right.
I hope everybody is doing well out there. I know this is starting to get quite freaking annoying. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel about that.
I mean, at least you could golf.
I can golf. Both types of golf.
Both types of golf. Yes. So our wonderful governor of the state of Pennsylvania announced today the counties that are going to be opening, of course, we're in the red.
The counties that are opening have about the population of what is in our little quadrant over here.
Yeah, probably. We're still in the red till June the 4th. Now, with that being said, congratulations to Lebanon County. You don't know what Lebanon County did. Lebanon County is about 5 miles the way the crow flies due west of where we're broadcasting from. The county commissioners basically said, screw you, governor. We're going yellow this time next week. We don't care what you said. We are going yellow. Bravo!
That might be what it's going to take.
Give it a clap. Bravo to the county commissioners of Lebanon County. Very good.
Maybe
Very good.
That means I should go start working in Lebanon County.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Because it is, like you said, it's only a couple miles right over there.
Yep. By the way the crow flies, due west. Congratulations, Lebanon County. Then you have the idiotic governor of New York.
I just showed you something about
Well,
that.
yes, we're going to talk about it. Yes, I didn't know about it. Like 3 minutes before we go live, he goes, "Oh, did you see?" I was like, "Oh, good timing. Good timing."
I was just thinking of this. Wait, did you see this? Because this would be something great to talk about.
Cuomo is considering, now get this, never opening schools again, keeping them shuttered forever and going to all online education.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, huh?
All online education. Think of the ramifications of that. I could think of one good thing that could come from that. One. School shootings disappear.
Okay.
They go bye-bye.
I think I could think of 1,000 ways that that's a bad thing.
Yes. There is several bad things out there. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea to shutter schools forever and let do the Cuomo idea? Of course, he wants to get the Bill Gates Foundation involved in this. Bill Gates, one of the most.
You know what that would cause if that went like countrywide? My major goes by. Like
Yeah.
you can't do anything in communications anymore. That's not a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
You're not going to really have pro athletes. They start in high school.
It's a little hard to have high school athletics. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. But it's the interaction, the daily interaction with kids. That's where friendships are made. Some of the kids, now adults that I met in kindergarten, I'm still friends with. It's just, never let a good crisis go to waste. Rahm Emanuel once said that.
Hey, Penn State didn't do that with their masks.
Penn State, yes. Penn State, gotta wear a mask. At least they're gonna open up, it seems.
Yeah,
But-
they're looking to.
Yes.
They're looking to start football, college and pro at the right time. If it comes to where they don't want people in the stands, I'd rather them just say we're pushing it back to April, March, and we'll play then.
Yes.
Because then we can at least have people in the stands.
Yeah, stands this upcoming season of all sports may not look too good. Congratulations to the Bundesliga. Who knows what the Bundesliga is? I do. The Bundesliga, German soccer, starting up next Saturday, right? Next Saturday, the Bundesliga finally.
I think there actually is a game 1 week from now. I think there's one game on Friday.
Okay, the Bundesliga. I like to bet the Bundesliga. UFC.
You bet the Bundesliga?
Well, of course, I bet everything. Come on. Come on. Let's think about this. I was thinking how long I've been betting for. I'm going to complete, I hate to say this, my 31st year of betting this year. I was 16 when I started.
Would you start betting at 16?
Football. Now, it wasn't through a bookie, or obviously we didn't have computers like the Al Gore didn't invent the internet.
We have about 5 right now.
Yeah, we had a lot of... if I pan the camera down, you would see a lot of electronics, like right in front of us that you just can't see. There's electronics everywhere around here.
Got about 3 really expensive computers on our thing right now.
Well, there's 4 on the table.
Yes.
This table in front of it, well, there's 2 tables in front of us. There's 4 computers. But, no, Al Gore didn't invent the internet yet when I was 16. The internet wasn't invented. So, but we had those football cards. Mm. Yeah, you could play 4 teams, up to 15 teams. If you hit 4 out of 4, you win $10 for every dollar you bet.
Okay.
If you had 15 teams, you win $1,000 for every dollar you bet.
Okay.
So I used to play two tickets a week. One for 4 teams, and one just for a hoot for 15 teams. I was only ever close to 15 teams once.
Did you pick? Is it just the winner? Just picking the winner?
With the Lions. With the Lions. Of course it's with the Lions. I was only ever close to 15 teams once.
You got the 12.
I got to 13.
13.
14 out of 15 paid $100. I got to 13.
Please tell me it was the first 13 games of the
weekend. It was.
So you didn't win one of the next 2 games.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I did have all the college games right. I was 7 for 7 or 8 for 8 in college.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I told my girlfriend to pick the numbers. And she just randomly gave me 15 numbers. Like she didn't look at the thing, pick the teams. She randomly gave me 15 numbers. And the first 7 at least were right. Yeah, I know I lost the game in football, and I know I lost the last game that I bet on to go 13 for 15. Yeah. Yes, the closest I ever came to hitting one of those things was my girlfriend randomly picking numbers.
So,
yes.
I've never bet sports, though.
Again, another reason why you're not my kid.
I haven't bet sports. I'm not sure why. You figure out, place, like those little $5 wagers, whatever.
Yeah. You are betting, though. You're in the stock market.
Yeah, that's a bigger bet.
Yes. But help me,
We can talk about the stock market, how I should stop listening to you.
The stock market. So, you guys know we've talked about it. We're both not heavily involved. We're both involved with Penn stock, Penn National Gaming. It was $23 when they announced that they were buying into Barstool Sports. It quickly shot up to $39 a share.
And you didn't buy it then, and you should have known better.
Well, I didn't know about it.
Oh yeah, I told you.
Because you didn't tell me about it.
But I knew about it, but you didn't.
Yes, you knew about it ahead of time because...
In state college.
Because there's a Barstool Penn State.
And our teacher was like, so Barstool's buying this Penn National Gaming, and nobody knew what that was. I'm like, I know what that is.
Yes, Christine, just like the weekly paper tickets, yes. Which, by the way, I did wind up being on the other side of them at some point, helping people sell those things. I made money that way. I got 10% of everything I brought in.
There you go.
Now, you remember the trips on Friday night going to drop them off? We'd go to Burger King afterwards because, you had to eat your Burger King.
Yeah, mac and cheese and onion rings.
Yes, mac and cheese and onion rings. Yes.
That was the order. Large onion rings and a mac and cheese.
Yes. So, anyway, Then the economy went to the skids, and Penn stock started falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. And I said, if it gets to under $10, I'm going to buy it. It got to 9, and I bought it.
Yeah.
And then it got to 7, and I bought more.
Should we tell you what I bought at?
We're getting there. And then it got to about 550, and I bought more. Then it got to 4, and I bought more.
And I bought.
You bought it like 4 or something.
4 like 10.
Yeah, it got down to like 373 or 375 was the lowest. So we held it for quite a while, and it got up to about 1650. And I said to him, I said, all right, good time to sell because it's a little overpriced right now. So we sold, and we waited for it to come back down, and it took a couple.
Yeah, sold at 16 and shot up to 18.
Yeah, and it shot up to 18. But it quickly, in the next 3 or 4 days, came back down to 15.
375 is the 52-week low.
So it came back down to 1480, but we ended up buying in the 15s. So they had their conference call this week, this Thursday morning at 9 a.m. So I didn't want to have any shares of stock come Thursday morning because I figured it was going to be bad news because their estimates were that they were going to be profitable by 36 cents a share. And I'm thinking, no, there's no way they're going to be profitable, not with having all their properties closed. So I sold my shares with 2 minutes to go before this market closed on Wednesday. You held your shares. You held your shares. So one of the things I've learned about the stock market is every reaction is an overreaction. It's a good lesson for you people in the stock market that like to, you play off of the reactions because every reaction is an overreaction. So I'm listening to the conference call, and they announced that they lost over $5 a share. Now, the conference call started a half an hour before the market opened. So I'm like, all right, when the market opens, this stock is going to go whoop, and then I'll buy back in.
Yeah, so now.
So the market opened, and it went whoop. 3 minutes into the market opening, Penn was down 60 some odd cents a share. So I grabbed my phone, I put in the code, swiped up, was all ready to buy 200 and some odd shares, and I looked, and it was up 40 cents. It went up back up to 15.50. I'm like, well, I can't do it now because I missed in the 30 seconds it took me to get there. I should have had it ready. My fault. Should have had it ready. It went up 40 cents a share. In that 30 seconds, it went up 40 cents a share.
And then I think I got a text about 45 minutes later.
No, you didn't get a text for it, man. You got a text about 6 hours later.
No.
Yeah, it was 2:30 you sold your stock. It was 2:30.
2:30?
2:30, because I looked at what time I texted you. It was 2:30. Well, anyway, not only did it go 40 cents, 3 minutes later, it was up over $1. So I never bought back in.
And what did it max out at that day?
1890.
And what did it max out today? 19 what?
Before the market opened, it was up in the 19s. But as soon as the market opened, it dropped way back down back in the 18s. But yes, because that, if I had one more minute, that cost me $700 freaking dollars. $700. Boy, did I learn a lesson. Got to be ready. Got to have it ready. You know, who would have ever thought in that 30 seconds it would have went up 40 cents a share? What happened, obviously, everybody had buy orders. If it hit certain computers popped in, bought up everything as quickly as possible. Sucks. Bought 78 shares of healthcare stock last month at 61 cents a day. Very good. Very good. Don't know why you only bought 78 shares. You should be buying 7,800 shares. You got the money. You're rich. She's rich. I don't think she spent a dime in her life.
Gas?
No. Spent a dime on her. Like, she doesn't do anything. They go on one vacation a year down to West Virginia or something like that.
They bowl.
They bowl. Ooh. They ain't bowling now.
They could try.
They ain't. They could drive to Georgia.
Or Michigan.
It's not open in Michigan.
It is.
It's not in Michigan.
It is.
No, it can't be open in Michigan. Not with the governor of that idiotic state. It can't. There's no way it's open in Michigan. Southern states are open. Northern states are still closed. I only had $60 left from an old account. Well, put more money into it.
I just went another $100 into mine.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys are expecting me to talk about General Flynn tonight. because the Department of Justice has dropped all charges, has dropped their investigation against General Flynn. Congratulations to General Flynn, but I am not going to be talking about...
Is he head of the FBI yet?
No.
That'd be so funny if he becomes
there's going to be one hell of a lawsuit coming. He's going to have to sue the government because the government, bankrupted him, having defended his good name. But I'm not going to be talking about General Flynn tonight. I will wait till Tuesday to talk about General Flynn because I want to get all my thoughts together and get the whole story straight. And we're going to go timeline for timeline if I have a chance to go through it all. And just show all the people that need to be brought up on charges. I will say this. The person at the top, Mr. I was president for 8 years and didn't have one scandal, Barack Hussein Obama, this goes all the way up to you, buddy, with the male wife, buddy, Barack Hussein Obama. You don't think Michelle Obama's not a guy? I'll show you a video. I'll show you a video of her exercising with Ellen DeGeneres. Try to find that video. She's doing this, and you see something in her crotch going like this. I don't know what it is, but
look that up.
Yeah. It's hey, there's something bouncing in her, whatever. I mean, hey, whatever. All right, so. We're going to talk a lot of football tonight.
College football.
No.
Wow.
We got sports to talk about.
That's
tonight.
better football.
It is better football, but we can't talk about... there's nothing to talk about with college football.
Because who's going to win the national championship this year?
The University of Dayton.
Who? I was waiting for you to say Scranton School of the Deaf.
Scranton State School for the Deaf. They're not a college. So, before we get to football... Though,
Akron.
Akron, there you go. Before we get to football, let's talk about the finals. The finals of the music bracket. It was Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, which was...
How in the world did that song even make the finals?
Well, we're weaker. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I believe that was a... Actually, no. They didn't make it to the finals. That's the wrong thing. Whoops. I forgot to make one of them really quick. Let's pop back to there.
Let's say.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
Thinking of that.
They made it to the Final Four. I forgot to make a finals thing. My bad. Did you ever make one for me and email it to me? Probably not.
A final?
Yeah. I forget if you did or not. Irrelevant. We don't need to have that up to talk about who's in the finals.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I thought you did, but...
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yep, I didn't have time to do it. Because I was too busy doing a lot of other things today. Let's talk about the finals, though. All right, so in the finals, we had a 10 seed, I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. How did I Love Rock and Roll get there? That first off, they were taking on, from 1982 they were, taking on 1983's Every Breath You Take by The Police. The Police. Two good 80s songs. Of course the 80s made it. It's the best decade for music. At least the early part of the 80s. 80 to 85. Awesome music. So of course 2 songs from that period would make the finals. You wouldn't know. You weren't even thought of.
Whoops.
By the way, did you see that thing I posted on Facebook last night? About my best friend Mike? No?
No.
That was about my best friend Mike, and because my best friend Mike stole my wife, and he's like, did you know Mike is my best friend? And the guy said, why? And he's like, because Mike stole my wife. Kind of fits perfectly, doesn't it? Look it up. You could look up I talk about this and see exactly what it says. All right, so who did I Love Rock and Roll and Everybody Take beat to get there? In the first round, I Love Rock and Roll, if you remember, beat In the Club. There it is. My wife ran away with my best friend Mike yesterday. Since when is Mike your best friend? Since yesterday. It was so fitting. It just fit. Didn't it? It just fit. At least I thought it fit. So, I Love Rock and Roll beat In the Club by 50 Cent, 76% to 24%, while Every Breath You Take was beating TikTok. By who?
Kasha.
75% to 25%. So both of them had pretty easy going in the first round. So then we move to the second round. I Love Rock and Roll took on Love Will Keep Us Together. And it won going away. 93 to 7%. While Every Breath You Take was taking on One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men, which was a number 1 seed. And it won 79 to 21. That put both of those songs into the Sweet 16. In the Sweet 16, I Love Rock and Roll took on Candle in the Wind, Sir Elton John, and it won 79 to 21. While Every Breath You Take was taking on You Ain't None But a Hound Dog, Crying on a Time. Well, you ain't never gonna run it. You ain't no friend of mine. Well, it won 67 to 33% to make it to the final 8. In the final 8, I Love Rock and Roll beat
My Sharona.
77 to 23%, while Every Breath You Take was beating the Beatles. I Wanna Hold Your Hand. 69 to 31. Into the final 4 we go. I Love Rock and Roll took on I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. 68 to 32%. I Love Rock and Roll. While Every Breath You Take was beating Uptown Funk. 56 to 44%. Which brings us to the finals. Who did you think was going to win? Do you remember? Remember who you predicted?
Yeah.
I remember who we both predicted,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Who did we predict?
Rock and roll.
I Love Rock and Roll, huh? And what did we say?
They're going
What
to
was the
win by 70 to 30.
It was 70 to 30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Here was your winner. 70 to 30. So, your winner and champion of the music bracket. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Come and take your time and dance with me. Ow! That's how the song goes.
2.4.
Better than normal. So, congratulations to Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I will be getting in touch personally with Joan Jett this week to congratulate her. Send her a bouquet of flowers. I'm sure she'll appreciate that.
She alive?
Maybe yes. Maybe she'll come and sit here and thank us personally for running such an awesome bracket. It was a ravishing bracket, wasn't it?
Sure.
It was a very ravishing bracket. At least I thought so. All right. So that takes care of the music bracket. We'll be starting another bracket soon. Still looking at what were we looking at doing?
Food? I don't know.
No, it wasn't food.
I don't know. Athletes.
It wasn't athletes.
We can do athletes.
It was cartoon characters. It was famous cartoon characters. Christine Goodman said 80-20, by the way.
Oh.
What?
So I want to cut my hair. Who should cut it?
Not me. You don't want me cutting your hair.
She wants to cut it.
Don't let her cut.
You got any opinions who can cut my hair? Because I don't think I can wait till June till my hair gets cut.
Yeah. Crazy Aunt Roz wants to come down and visit again.
Then she can come down, bring her
She's
scissors.
a beautician. She could cut your hair.
She's got like a week. I can't stand my hair anymore.
You know, be thankful you got it cut short like not too long before this happened.
Yeah. Actually, no. I got the last time this was cut in January.
Not too long before this happened.
That was the last time this was
like,
cut.
thankfully, it wasn't cut in, like, September.
Oh my god, I'd be dying. I would have just cut it at this point. It was bulb.
All right, so they released the NFL schedule last night.
Boo.
What do you mean? Well, why are you booing?
Because I don't watch the NFL.
Why are you booing? Why are you booing?
Boo.
Why are you booing?
I Because it's the NFL?
All right, so they released the NFL schedule. So we're going to go through all 17 weeks and say every game. No, just kidding. We're not going to say every
Jesus.
game. We are not going to say every game.
You wanna bore people to
256
death?
game. 256 game. That would take a while. But we will go through each week really quick and highlight what at least we think are the best games of that week. Of course, as usual, it starts out the one of the perks of winning the Super Bowl, besides that great ring that you should get and all that money, is
A big ring?
yeah, is you get to host the opening week's game. Now, this is assuming week 1 goes off on week 1. They have built in the schedule where they could move it back up to a month. Like if they wanted to start at week 5, they could start at week 5 and do week 1 after they did week 17. So it is built in the schedule where they can do stuff. And they were talking last night, they can move the Super Bowl back up to a month. It is in Tampa. That'd be something if the Super Bowl got canceled in Tampa, because Tampa was supposed to host WrestleMania this year. And that got canceled. Tampa would get double screwed. Double screwed for Tampa.
I think they really care about the Super Bowl more than WrestleMania.
I don't know. They're both a pretty big moneymaker. A lot of people go down to WrestleMania for the whole week. A lot of people go to Super Bowl for a whole week. It's a big moneymaker. Probably people with more money go for the Super Bowl.
Really?
So I would say yeah.
Unless you want to sit ringside at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That's
well.
kind of expensive.
All right, so, looking at the Chiefs' schedule, we looked at it like Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And, we thought they're only going to be able to play one of two teams on opening night. And that was either going to be the New England Patriots or the Houston Texans if they were going to be at home. And lo and behold, they have the Houston Texans.
Sadly, because their away games could have been way better.
Yes, they could have had New Orleans or even Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay would have been the good one.
Yes. Or Baltimore.
Or Baltimore.
But they usually don't want the Super Bowl winner to start out on the road. They did it one year. I think it was with Denver about 7 or 8 years ago, and they lost. Other good games week 1 really quick. Actually, week 1 is a really good week. You had Packs at Vikings. That's your team. Packs your team.
And they're away. Not liking.
And they're going to start out 0-1.
Probably.
Yeah. Buccaneers at Saints. You have the two oldest quarterbacks maybe in the league. The two with the most touchdowns or the two with the most passing yards. Who the hell knows?
Sucks the first week of the season.
Yeah, he does, but they're going to still beat Tampa Bay. You have the revamped Arizona Cardinals. Boy, the Arizona Cardinals are going to be a fun team to watch this year.
Why?
Oh, they got wide receivers going. They hit the jackpot. They got like Hopkins from Houston.
Okay.
They have like 4 awesome wide receivers on that team.
And a really short quarterback.
They're going to be passing the ball all over the place. They're going to be a very fun team to watch. Speaking of another fun team, the Denver Broncos. They're going to be going up and down the field this year too.
Hey, they got a Penn State player.
They do. And
he's
going to be pretty integral part of that team. Who do they face? Oh, they're on Monday Night Football against the Titans. That's right. That's going to be a really good game. Usually I don't stay up to watch that game though because I fall asleep because I'm old.
You fell asleep last night like 9.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The last couple of nights. I could have fell asleep today at 4:30.
Old.
All right. On to week 2. What looks good in week 2? Vikings at Colts. Colts are supposed to be really good this year. Anything else? Anything else?
I'm looking.
Anything else? No.
Hey, Kansas City and LA be alright?
Nothing else good in week 2.
Okay.
Week 3. Titans at Vikings. That could be a good game. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Texans at Steelers. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Cowboys at Seahawks.
You say Green Bay Saints?
Green Bay at Saints. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs at Ravens. There's your big game. So the 3 best games of the week. Cowboys at Seahawks late game. Packers at Saints Sunday night game. Chiefs at Ravens. Ravens win that game. Week 4. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Vikings at Texans. Blah, 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 blah.
Atlanta, Green Bay on Monday.
Atlanta, Green Bay. That could be a good game. Eagles go out to the 49ers. Now, one of the things for those of you that don't watch this stuff, usually the team that loses the Super Bowl does not make the playoffs the next year.
Except the Patriots.
Except the Patriots. Yeah. The Rams didn't make
a good game. Sort of.
Yeah. Just so
Well, not that game.
keep a watchful eye to see if the 49ers...
Cleveland and Dallas could be all right game.
Cleveland and Dallas could be an interesting game. So keep your eye on if the 49ers are going to make the playoffs this year. Another interesting quirk of the schedule this year, Kansas City's schedule. It's very interesting. Every time they play a road game, they play another road game after that. So, like, there are 8 road games. Like, they'll play a home game and then 2 road games, and then a home game, and then 2 road games, and then come home for 2 games, and then play 2 road games. So, like, all their road games, they have 2. And if you look at the schedule, the harder of the 2 is the second one every single time. Keep a watchful eye on that. Keep a watchful eye. Don't be surprised if they lose all 4 of those second of the back-to-back road games this year. The team with the easiest schedule, travel-wise, is Baltimore. They don't go anywhere.
Their farthest game is Houston. Otherwise, it's like Indy.
Yeah. Baltimore doesn't go anywhere. It's pathetic to see. Week 5.
Tampa, Chicago.
Yeah, Bears are going to suck this year.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay. Buffalo, Tennessee.
That could be a good game. Buffalo at Tennessee.
Got the Pennsylvania matchup there.
Yep.
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Yep. Watch for the Steelers to win that game.
Minnesota, Seattle.
Yep, that'll be a good game.
That's really
Yep.
it.
Week 6. Dun, dun, dun. Ravens and Eagles. Go Ravens.
Green Bay at Tampa.
Green Bay at Tampa. That'll be a good game.
The Rams at San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
And Arizona at Dallas.
Not a lot of comments tonight on the message board. Week 7. Thursday night football. Giants and Eagles. Whenever the Eagles play on a Thursday night, that's like heaven around here. Thursday night and Monday night. It's like can't talk to an Eagles fan.
Green Bay, Houston, Seattle, Arizona, Kansas City, Denver.
There you go. Week 8. Vikings at Packers. Time for the Pack to get some revenge. 49ers at Seahawks. We all know those 2 games were a war last year. Cowboys at Eagles. Sunday night football.
Oh, don't go anywhere. Week 9. Green Bay at San Francisco.
On a Thursday night, Green Bay goes out to San Francisco again on a Thursday night.
Seattle at Buffalo.
Seattle, Buffalo. That'll be a good game. Buffalo will win that game. Saints at Buccaneers. Sunday night football. Watch for the Bucs to get some revenge.
Hey, New England at the Jets.
The Jets will beat the Patriots on Monday Night Football.
They did that when the Patriots were good, too, the one night.
Week number 10. 49ers at the Saints. Remember, that game was a very high-scoring game last year. The 49ers came out on top with a game-winning field goal. Ravens at Patriots. Watch for the Ravens to smoke the Patriots on Sunday Night Football. Week 11.
Arizona at Seattle.
Arizona at
On
Seattle.
my birthday.
You know what? The Cardinals have a history of winning up in Seattle. They've won like 4 out of the last 6 years or something like that.
Philly
up in
at
Seattle.
Cleveland.
Philly at Cleveland. Don't be surprised when Cleveland wins that game. You can tell I'm not high on the Eagles. Cowboys at Vikings. Vikings should win that game.
The Rams and Tampa on Monday night.
Yes. Week 12. Thanksgiving. Your typical triple header. Texans at Lions. Redskins at Cowboys. Ravens at Steelers. Interesting way to wind up Thanksgiving night. Ravens at Steelers. Watch for the Steelers to win that game. Saints at Broncos. First team to 50 wins that game. I hope that game's played in a snowstorm. I hope it's snowing in Denver.
And it's 6-3.
Thanksgiving weekend, because that'll be a great game to watch in the snow. I'm just telling you right now. Chiefs at Buccaneers. That sucks. Saints and Broncos are at the same time. Chiefs and Buccaneers. That sucks. They don't start like changing games around yet. Seahawks at Eagles Monday Night Football. Interesting. Week 13.
Eagles at Green Bay.
Eagles at Green Bay.
Go Pack.
Broncos at Chiefs Sunday Night Football. That's going to be a great game.
And Monday Night Football.
Bills
Buffalo.
and 49ers. That could be a good game. Week 14.
Minnesota,
Vikings
Tampa.
at Tampa Bay. Saints at Eagles. Steelers at Bills. Bills will win that game.
Baltimore at the
Baltimore
Browns.
at Cleveland. For those of you that remember, you won't. Baltimore used to be Cleveland. They left in the middle of the night. No, Baltimore used to be Indy. No, who did Cleveland become? Baltimore went to Indy is what happened.
Okay.
No. Yeah, because they used to be the Baltimore Colts. Baltimore went to Indy and Cleveland went to Baltimore. That's what happened.
Okay.
I had to think about that for a minute. Week 15, Thursday Night Football, Chargers at Raiders. Then we have the Saturday games. There's 5 Saturday games? Jesus. Bills at Broncos, Panthers at Packers, Texans at Colts, Jets at Rams, Lions at Titans. Why do they have 5 games on Saturday?
Interesting. I don't have that.
Okay. Oh, it says Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so
it says that on ESPN.com.
okay, so usually like 3 games are on Saturday. So it's going to be 3 of those 5s.
Okay.
What else do we got? Anything good? Chiefs at Saints. 49ers at Cowboys.
Eagles at Arizona.
Eagles at Arizona. Arizona wins that game. Week 16 on Christmas night or Christmas afternoon. Vikings at Saints. Vikings at Saints on Christmas. What else looks good that week? Colts at Steelers. Eagles, Cowboys. And then we wind up week 17 with anything good?
Not really.
Seahawks, 49ers. That's about it. And I think I have that game determining who wins that division, actually. I do believe. All right, so there's the schedule. Let's look at some like now. I went through every game. Every game.
Yeah.
All 256 games. Daniel could see it. It's right in front.
Yeah.
And I have who I thought would win each game. So we'll go over some team totals, but let's look at the lines for week 1 and let's see if we can help you guys find some winners. Now, I have a system for week 1. I do. Some of you may know I run a football pool. For every week of the year, you pick every game against the spread, and you pick 3 best bets. If you want to get in, you're certainly allowed. We do it all online. It costs $178. It's $10 a week and $8 for the company that runs it. They got to get paid, to use their website. We pay out, we pay out at the end of the year, and we run it in halves. And depending upon how many people are in, usually get like 23, 24, 25. Right now we're paying either 4 spots or 5 spots a week, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody seems to love it. I usually get everybody to come back every year. It's a lot of fun. And usually I do good either the first week or the second week of the season.
Okay.
Because I have a system. And as we go through the games of week 1, you will see what my system is. You will see it very quickly. So let's look at some odds. Where did football go?
I don't know.
Home. Hockey is there. UFC is there.
You can watch hockey.
A to Z Sports. So let's go to A to Z Sports.
You having issues?
Yes. Okay. So, opening night, Thursday night, the Chiefs are a 10-point favorite over Houston. Want to take a stab at that game?
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
No, you're giving 10 points. Like, this isn't who's going to win.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
You know what? I'll take the Chiefs too, giving 10. I don't think Houston's going to be nearly as good this year as they were last year. New England, 7-point favorite over the Dolphins. I will tell who's the first team I announce is the home team. New England over the Dolphins. You're going to give the 7 with New England, or you're going to take the Dolphins plus the 7?
I'll take the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Dolphins plus the 7.
I might even take the Dolphins to win that game.
The Washington Redskins getting 5 at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Who you liking?
The Eagles.
He takes the Eagles. I am taking the Redskins, getting the 5. There's a system play there. The Jacksonville Jaguars at home getting 7 over the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are projected to win their division, and Jacksonville's projected to potentially be the worst team in football. They're a home dog getting 7 in week 1.
I'll take the Colts.
He takes the Colts. I will take the Jaguars getting 7. The Colts have a history of playing down to bad teams. Maybe this year they won't. They got a new quarterback, Phillip Rivers. So we'll see.
Jacksonville was good. Now they're terrible again.
Yes.
Why?
Buffalo Bills, 6.5-point favorite over the Jets. The Jets. Jets, my favorite team. Who do you like?
Buffalo.
You're going to take Buffalo minus the 6.5.
At home? Yeah.
I will guarantee you the Jets cover that game. Jets have a history of winning that game up in Buffalo, but there's no way they are losing that game by a touchdown or more. Impossible. Baltimore at home getting 8 against Cleveland.
I'm going to take Cleveland.
You're going to take Cleveland getting the 8. You're going
Yeah.
to take Cleveland to keep it close.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Cleveland too. They actually beat Baltimore, if I remember correctly, either a year or two ago.
Cleveland has a chance to win to make the playoffs this year.
Cleveland, they do have a chance to make the playoffs. They got a pretty good roster. So we both like getting the 8 points. Vikings at the Packers. Vikings getting 3.5. Sorry. Let's start over. Minnesota Vikings at home against the Packers. Vikings giving 3.5. Got the little hook there. The little hook. That half-point hook on the 3 makes it a harder bet. Who you taking?
Green Bay.
Of course you're taking Green Bay. That's your favorite team.
I don't know how good the Vikings are supposed to be this year.
You know, this game is, to me, is dependent upon how many people do they allow in the stands. If they allow the full crowd, the Vikings will roll the Packers week 1 with all that noise. If they only allow 30% of the people in the stadium, I'll take the Green Bay Packers. Very, very dependent game. Atlanta Falcons at home, a 1-point underdog against Seattle.
I will take Seattle.
He takes Seattle. Seattle has a history of not playing good on the road, especially in the early part of the season. I will take the home Falcons. The Detroit Lions giving 1 at home against the Bears. Who do you like?
Neither. We'll take Detroit since they're home.
He's taking Detroit. I don't have Detroit winning very many games at all this year. In fact, I think their coach is the first coach fired this year.
Both teams are not going to be very good.
But I have Detroit winning this game, giving the 1. The Carolina Panthers, 1-point underdog home against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you like?
Do the Vegas Raiders still have Carr starting?
Yes, I believe so.
I'll take the Raiders.
He takes the Raiders. I will take the Panthers getting the 1, but I do not like that game. The Cincinnati Bengals, home underdog 3.5 against the LA Chargers. LA Chargers lost a lot.
I'll take the
players. He takes Joe Burrow's Bengals.
I will take the first game rookie Bengals to keep it close, if not win.
Ooh, I will take the Chargers giving 3.5. Here we go. The New Orleans Saints home favorite 4 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady. It's going to look interesting seeing Tom Brady
in a
Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform.
Their jerseys look nice this year. They really do.
They do.
Because
they do.
In our sports class, we had we had the social media head person from Tampa come and talk to us.
Cool.
Because she went to Penn State.
Cool.
So we got to see their new jerseys.
How come they didn't give you jerseys?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would have been nice.
Guess I'd be a Tampa fan all of a sudden.
Could have put Phatts on the back of that thing.
Phatts?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd wear it. It's red.
I'll wear it. It probably wouldn't fit. So, who do you like? Now, you just said Brees starts slow every year.
How good is the New Orleans Saints defense going to look?
Good question.
Because I think that this game, is going to come straight down to defense.
Okay.
Because clearly both offenses are going to be kind of good.
Uh-huh.
So, what was it, 4.5?
4.
4?
4.
I'll take Tampa. Keep
I'll-
it within a field goal.
I'll take Tampa too, but they're not going to win the game.
No.
They will keep it close. You have the Super Bowl losers, San Francisco 49ers, 8.5-point favorite over the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals all day. As you said, the Cardinals should be kind of nasty.
You like the Cardinals getting over a touchdown? Me too. Cardinals keep that game close. Don't be surprised if they win. That's one of the best bets in the history of sports, to bet against the loser of the Super Bowl in game 1 if they're a favorite. Absolutely. The LA Rams, new stadium, 2.5-point underdog, Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys had an awesome draft. How is that going to pan out, though?
I still like LA here.
The only thing that I think could make this game close is the fact that it's a new stadium. I don't think the LA Rams are much of a team. A big loss for the Rams is their kicker, Zerline. Zerline makes everything, even from like 55 to 60 yards. He's now a Cowboy. That's the most underrated pickup of the offseason is Zerline is now a Cowboy.
I don't like that quarterback of the Stars. He's not that good.
So he takes the Rams. I'll take the Cowboys because of Zerline. I'm giving less than a field. If I got to give more than a field goal, I'll take the Rams. Less than a field goal, I will take the Cowboys. On to the 2 Monday night games. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Giants. New York Giants, home underdog, 3 points.
I wish if you said 3.5.
I only said 3.
Can I take a push?
If you really think Pittsburgh's going to win by 3, say Pittsburgh's going to win by 3.
I don't know. New York's defense probably is nothing.
We'll see.
Well, what's the Pittsburgh?
They got your favorite player.
Saquon.
Yeah, he's healthy.
But what kind of line do they got? You need a line to be able to get him to do anything.
Yeah.
I'll take Pittsburgh in this one.
Taking Pittsburgh, given 3. I will take the Giants. Pittsburgh has this habit of playing. They're similar to the Colts, playing down to teams. And then the night game, which I won't probably be awake for, which will be an awesome game. The Denver Broncos, 1.5-point favorite over the Tennessee Titans. Who you got? I'm surprised that Denver's a favorite in this game, to be honest.
Let's say I'm going to take Tennessee.
You're taking Tennessee. I'm still going to take Denver, but I thought they would be an underdog in this game.
I think Tennessee had almost a real shot to make the Super Bowl last year.
They did.
They were playing really hot.
They did.
So let's see if they can start that way.
This is going to be a very high-scoring game. The over-under in this game at the moment, 42.5. I would bet a lot on the over in that game. But that's just me.
Watch
what do
it,
I know?
6-3.
Yes, 6-3 will be the final. Yes, yes. All right. So the last thing we're going to look at, which is probably going to take a little while, the message board is pretty dead tonight. You guys aren't commenting a lot. Is team totals, team win totals. So
I got ESPN's here, so
yes.
we'll compare his to ESPN.
Yes, so I'll give you what the line is, and then we'll say what the experts of ESPN have, then we'll say what I have. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, the Arizona Cardinals over-under wins 7. What do the experts predict?
9-7.
Ooh, they have 9. I have them going 8-8, so we agree on the over there. The Atlanta Falcons, 7 as well.
The experts have them as 9.
9? I have them at 8, so we're both agree on the over. Baltimore Ravens, over 11.
Experts have them at 12.
Experts have them at 12. I have them as the best team in the league this year at 14. I have them losing 2 games. Who do I have them losing to? I have them losing to Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving night, and I have them losing at Indianapolis, coming off their bye, which usually teams coming off their bye. They usually either play good or play bad. So I've been going 14-2. Buffalo Bills over 9.
Experts have them at 12.
Experts have them at 12. That ain't happening. I have them, believe it or not, winning winning the AFC East
Okay.
at 8-8. 8-8.
That's not very good.
8-8 winning the AFC East. No, that's not very good at all. The Carolina Panthers, 5.5.
They have them at 6.
They have them going over. I have them going under. I have them at 5. The Bears, 7.5.
They got 7.
I have them at 5. I don't think they're going to be very good this year. So that could be a bet for me on the under. Cincinnati at 6.
5.
Experts have them at 5. I have them at 3. So that's a really good bet.
Jeez. Come on, Burrow hater. I don't know what he has to throw to. Just about nothing.
I have him at 3. I think I'll be putting a few shekels on that game. Cleveland, 8.
9.
The experts have a 9. I have them at 7. I have them going 7-9, but I have them losing like the last 5 games of the season or something like that. Yes, I have them losing the last 5 games of the season. Tennessee, Baltimore, the Giants, the Jets, and Pittsburgh.
You have them losing to the Giants and the Jets?
Yep.
That's not very nice.
Nope. I don't know
the Giants.
I don't have the Giants at many wins, but I have them beating Cleveland. I have Cleveland falling apart towards the end of the year. Dallas Cowboys, 9.5.
10.
They have them at 10. I also have them at 10. Interesting. The Denver Broncos, 7.5. Play this and play it right now.
Experts have it 9.
I have them at 11. So I have them destroying the 7.5. That will definitely be a play for me. I'll probably get it before it goes to 8. Because the juice will really go up on that. So before it goes to 8. So I'll get that before the juice goes up. Detroit, 7.
They have them at 8.
I have them at 3.
You don't like Detroit.
I have them beating Chicago in week 1 and then not winning again to week 10 when they play Washington. And then I have them winning week 17 against Minnesota. No,
You have them beating Minnesota?
Yes, because, week 17, you never know when they're going to be resting players.
Yeah.
And stuff. And they're at home, so... I think Detroit's going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. Green Bay, 8.5.
Experts like him at 11.
I like him at 11 as well, so there's a play. That's going to be going up to 9 soon. The juice is pretty high in that. The Houston Texans, 7.5.
They have him at 9.
I have him at 8. 8-8. The Indianapolis Colts, 8.5.
They have him at 10.
I have him at 11, actually. Wow. So, interesting. 8.5 and they have that way over 8. You have to give 155 juice on that. So that's going to be going up to 9 real soon. Jacksonville Jaguars, 5.
They have them at 4.
I have them at 2. I have them as the worst team in the league. They're going to be going for, what's his name? Quarterback from Clemson.
Trevor Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
New England going for him.
They're going to angle for the quarterback of Clemson. Kansas City, 11.5.
Experts like him at 12.
And I have them at 12 too. Now let's run down their schedule quick. So like I said, when they play one road game, they always play another back-to-back road. So they start out with Houston at home. I've been winning that game. Then they play at the Chargers. I've been winning that game. Then they play at Baltimore. Have them losing that game. Then they're home against New England. I have them winning. Home against the Raiders. I have them winning. Then they go out on the road to Buffalo. I have them winning. And then they play at Denver. I have them losing. Home against the Jets, win. Home against Carolina, win. Then they have their bye. Away at the Raiders, win. At Tampa Bay, loss. Home against Denver, win. Away against Miami, win. Away against New Orleans, loss. Then they finish out the season with Atlanta and the Chargers at home. So you see, they're 2 away games. They always play back-to-back away games, and the harder, in my opinion, away game is last. So I have them losing all 4 of those harder away games. But we still have them going over the total of 11.5. The LA Raiders, or not LA, the Las Vegas Raiders. I can't even say it just doesn't roll off the tongue right. The over-under is 7.
They have 7.
With juice to the over. I have them at 4. I have them not being a very good football team. I couldn't find wins for them.
I don't like their field, so. Or their old field now.
Okay.
I didn't like how they played in a baseball stadium.
Yes, well, they don't play in a baseball stadium now.
Yeah.
The LA Rams, they will be sharing that stadium with the LA Chargers. So we'll do the Chargers first. The Chargers are 7.5.
Experts have them at 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I have them at 7. I don't 10. The Rams at 8.
I gotta find it. Give me a second. Don't remember what division that is.
They're in the NFC West. Hello, Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles West.
Okay.
The over-under is 8. The experts have them at...
Do they not have a division? There it is. I'm looking for their new logo. 8.
And I have them at 8. So we all have them at 8. Interesting.
I'm looking for their new logo, and it's their old logo.
Ah.
That's why I couldn't find it.
The Miami Dolphins. Over-under is 6 wins.
Thing isn't working. 7.
And I have them at 5. Minnesota Vikings, 8.5, which I think is low, obviously.
They have 10.
And I have 10 as well. So we have a plan the over there. The New England Patriots at 9.
9.
I have them at 7. I have them finishing tied for second in that division at 7 wins. That division is going to be so bad this year. The New Orleans...
Still not as bad as the NFC East.
Was last year or this year. The New Orleans Saints at 10.
12.
I have them at 12 too. Let's go over their schedule. I have them beating Tampa Bay week 1, beating the Raiders week 2, beating Green Bay week 3, beating Detroit week 4, beating the Chargers week 5. Then they have their bye. They have an early bye. Beating Carolina in week 7, at Chicago win week 8. Then their first loss I have at Tampa. Then they beat San Francisco at home, beat Atlanta at home, lose at Denver, lose at Atlanta, beat the Eagles, beat Kansas City at home, beat Minnesota at home, lose to Carolina to end the year when they're not starting their starters because they will have wrapped up the division. So 12-4 to me on the Saints. The New York Giants, 6.5.
6.
I have them at 5, and I had a strain to find 5 wins for them. The New York Jets, 6.5.
7.
I have them at 7 as well. Colin Cowherd likes them to make the playoffs this year.
Interesting.
The Philadelphia Eagles at 9.5.
10.
9.5. Experts say 10. I have them at 9, actually. 9. So I have the Cowboys winning that division. Let's go over their schedule. I have them opening up with wins on the road at Washington, beating the Rams at home, beating Cincinnati at home. Then I actually have them losing 3 straight games. I have them losing to Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. They play San Francisco first of those 3. So at San Francisco, loss. At Pittsburgh, loss. Home against Baltimore, loss. Then I got them beating the Giants, beating Dallas. Then they have their bye week. Then I have them beating the Giants again. Then I have them losing at Cleveland. Philly typically does not play the AFC teams really well, especially when they're a favorite. They have history of that. I think they'll be a favorite against Cleveland. Then I have them beating Seattle, though, the following week. Then I have them losing at Green Bay, losing at New Orleans, beating Arizona, losing to Dallas, beating Washington to finish 9-7.
I just realized something about completely kind of the Eagles. My roommate next year is a diehard Eagles fan.
Yeah, well, your roommate's an idiot.
He lives in Philly. What do you expect? What, he wanted to be a freaking Steelers fan when he lives
Why
in
not?
Philly?
He'd be smart. Speaking of the Steelers, Pittsburgh over 8.5.
Pittsburgh.
I heard an interesting stat on Pittsburgh, which I'll say in a minute.
Got him at 9.
9, huh? I have him at 10, and that might be overdoing it a little bit.
Being generous over there.
I am. You know, I had trouble with them. You don't know how Big Ben's going to play.
He's still playing?
He's coming back from injury, yes. Interesting thing on Pittsburgh. So, I don't know if everybody knows, there's a new format this year for the playoffs. They're now taking 7 teams instead of 6. You know, there's only 16 teams in each division. You know, now you're almost at half the teams making the playoffs. I don't think it's needed to be. Obviously, it's a money thing. But, so somebody, I don't know if it was ESPN or the NFL Network or whomever, went back for the last 10 years to see which extra team would have made the playoffs. So the Pittsburgh Steelers have made the playoffs 6 out of the last 10 years.
Okay.
If this 7-team thing was in the last 10 years, the Pittsburgh Steelers would have made the playoffs 10 out of 10 years. They were the first team out 4 of 10 years. That's very interesting.
So you like them to make the playoffs?
I do have them making the playoffs this year at 10-6. The San Francisco 49ers at 10.5.
11.
Super Bowl hangover. I have them at 9. Now, that still might be good enough to make the playoffs. I have to go through, especially with this 7 teams. That might be good enough. But I have them at 9. So I'm going under. The Seattle Seahawks, 9.
Gotta find it. Give me a minute.
For those of you that may remember, San Francisco had a goal line stand last year against Seattle to win that division.
What division are they in?
The West. NFC. God, you're not my kid. You can't be my kid.
11.
Really? They like Seattle to win 11. I have Seattle winning 10. I have them winning the last game of the season. I believe it's I have them winning at San Francisco to win the division this year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 10.
11.
The experts have them at 11. I also had them at 11, and I think that's a little high, to be honest.
They say Brady against the NFC North and AFC West is 17-3.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not Brady. It's Brady, Belichick, and the rest of the Patriots that had, really good teams.
Nah.
I have them at 11 too, but I think that's a little high. But you know what? They don't have that hard of a schedule. At New Orleans, I have a loss. Carolina win. At Denver, loss. Chargers win. At Bears win. Green Bay, loss. At Raiders win. At Giants, I have a loss for that.
Why?
Because I do. New Orleans win. Because there's got to be upsets somewhere in the system. There's always that.
You got to pick one of the worst teams in the league.
There's always those couple games that have a. I have Jacksonville beating the Steelers.
The Patriots, when they were good, didn't lose to teams like the Giants.
This isn't the Patriots. Yeah, they only lost to Buffalo once, 31-0, and Miami would beat them half the time they played them. Sure. I have them beating New Orleans, beating Carolina, beating the Rams, beating Kansas City, beating Minnesota, losing at Atlanta, and then finishing off winning with Detroit and winning with Atlanta. I think I would have rather have tried to make them 10-6 and 9-7. I just couldn't find any more losses. Tennessee, we're almost done, and my thing got logged out on me. Tennessee.
10.
Why did they take football off of this thing? Come on. Oops. Futures. Okay. So, Tennessee is over, under 8.5. 8.5. And you have the experts at 10?
10.
I have them at 10 as well. And last but not least, the Washington Redskins at 5.
6.
The experts had it at 6. I have them at 4. I had trouble finding wins for them. I think their schedule is kind of tough.
They have no primetime games.
Because they suck.
And they have one prominent game against Dallas.
Yay.
On Thanksgiving.
Yay. Which I have Dallas winning that game.
I feel like most people have Dallas.
I do have them beating Dallas when they play them at home.
Because that's the last game of the season?
No, that's actually in the middle of the season. I have them beating Dallas at home and then having a bye and then beating the Giants at home for their 2 of their 4 wins. I have them beating Seattle at home.
And Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati at home.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
There's those 4 wins. There you go. I have them losing to the Eagles twice.
As most people probably would.
Although they usually play the Eagles pretty close. I've made some money taking the Redskins against them. All right, so there are my picks for the over-unders. Feel free to make some money off them. All right, so I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. It's been real. It's been fun. Tuesday night, I will try to have a lot to say about the Flynn situation.
So, popcorn?
Yeah, get your popcorn. Get your alcohol.
I could do that.
Yeah. Not legally.
Not legally.
Not legally.
I could find some, though.
Well, yeah, just go upstairs. It's my room.
To your room.
Yes.
Wait, there's alcohol in there?
You have no idea what I have hidden up there.
You probably have like a bazooka up there waiting to go.
You never know what I got up there. You never know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the board was dead tonight. There wasn't much to say.
Just Christine.
I don't think my sister was watching tonight because she would have had a lot to say. You disappoint me, sister. All right. Until we meet again Tuesday night, have a safe, happy, and healthy weekend. Try not to get in trouble. Try not to get arrested because I'm not going to bail you out. I might come sit with you in jail, but I'm not going to
come sit with you in jail.
I might sit with you in jail. I'm not bailing you out. All right. Until Tuesday night, remember, where we go one, we go all. Should have had this a little ready. See you, ladies and gentlemen.